Well, hello, YouTube. Still on the line from our buddy Keith. Hello, YouTube. It's all right. Last week was Louder Than Life, 4-day music festival in Louisville, Kentucky that took over the Kentucky Kingdom. Also, it was at the Expo Center, which is also known as the Kentucky Fairgrounds. First time being in this exact area. It had always been outside the Kentucky Kingdom before. I don't know why they moved it. They put it on more asphalt, maybe to get away from some of the rain. I don't know. Maybe there was construction going on. But first time. What the negative of moving it was there's an area where the buildings and the Kentucky Kingdom kind of meet. Everything funnels to get to the main stages and to the side stages. So everything bottlenecked right there. Before, when you'd able to leave the main stages, you was able to take 3 different paths to these stages. And the far right was wide open and it had another stage and a lot more vendor options over there. Getting into the Kentucky Kingdom when it opened was a bit long too. And it wasn't open for the whole event. It only opened up at 2, and I think it closed at, I don't know, 7 maybe?
No, it stayed open till 9.
9?
But the Ferris wheel even stayed open till 10. You could ride all the rides up until 9 o'clock. But yeah, it was a super long line just to get into the kingdom. And then you were having to check your bag again to get in there.
And you couldn't take alcohol from the festival into the Kentucky Kingdom, but you could buy alcohol in there, and then you couldn't take that alcohol out of the Kentucky Kingdom into the fairgrounds.
That part didn't make sense.
Nonsense is what it made.
Make it make sense. There's got to be a reason for it, but I don't know what
Money.
It could be.
Money. They didn't want to. Kentucky Kingdom was getting cash for their sales of alcohol. They didn't want to split it with Louder Than Life, I'm guessing, and Louder Life, vice versa. Only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it was large. If you wanted to see all the grounds, just to check everything out, everything in the expo, everything in Kentucky Kingdom, it was a lot. It was a lot. I don't know that we did that the first day.
So if you would like to look at how it is laid out, we did a lot of that video in day 1.
Day 1, because it was new to us. We wanted to see everything we could, and there was a lot of bands on there that we were okay if we missed, because we're excited to see the new setup. So we checked it all out and walked everywhere that you probably could possibly go, and it was just a lot of walking. The stage that was in the kingdom stage, it was just too far to walk back to if you wanted to see a band on that stage. So
we really wanted to see Return to Dust.
Yeah.
That played back there, and once we got back there the first time, it was just too far. And then we also would know that Silly Goose played back there, and people who wanted to see them, a lot of them didn't get the opportunity to see them because it was such a small area.
Yeah, they were jam-packed in there when we saw Silly Goose back there. We didn't see Silly Goose. We walked by Silly Goose.
But we heard
packed
through the grapevine.
Yeah,
which is social media.
They did have several rides back there that you could get on. However, the one ride 3 of us, me, Kenny, and Darren, tried to get on was not running. They said it was due to the heat. So we had to get back off of that. They did ride a roller coaster and some swings. They had a couple of balloon rides, and the drop zone looking thing was going.
We rode those because they were out of the way, and not a lot of people knew they were back there. Now, the bigger roller coasters that were across the bridge, across the road, had massive lines.
Long wait.
They were over hour waits on all the rides over there. And we opted not to wait an hour.
They did have real restrooms over there, so that was one good thing. They had more food and desserts and drinks and stuff over there. Different, not a whole lot, but just more over there.
They advertised seating with air conditioning as you walk by one of the restaurants.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of picnic tables over there, a bunch that was not being used.
Boo Boo would have been proud.
It was so far back in there, you would have had to walk forever. So unless you're eating in there, it's good for that. But if you were getting food from outside of the kingdom, there's no need taking it in to go to those picnic tables.
There were food trucks back in there too.
Yeah, there was food trucks. So
yeah. If you want to see the layout, we did a lot more of the layout on day one, which was also known as Slayer Day.
We got kind of the hang of where everything was at, though, after a little bit, walking back and forth. The stage, the reverb and decibel stages were almost side by side. They weren't together, but they were here and here. They were way back here. If you wanted to get from there to the loudmouth stage, that was a long walk. And especially, like he said, when it starts going through that narrow area where everybody's wanting to go through at the same time and it's bottlenecking and funneling through there, it was hard to get back to that other stage.
Yeah, that stage was located near the lockers, all the way back out towards, we're calling it the front because that's the way we come in.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 entrances. We only used one.
That was 2 or 3.
We only used one, so.
We used the one that was closest to us, so.
And the new layout, which is the same layout, side-by-side stages for the main 2 stages. What was new was the VIP and the Ultra VIP. They had layers of this instead of just being one deck or 2 decks. There was 3 decks here. I think 3 decks over there as well. But they were a good distance from the stages.
They were.
The only advantage was, you got a better bathroom, maybe a little air conditioning and some shade.
I think one of those, maybe the Angel's Envy, the food was included. But the VIP had some real restrooms inside. You don't have to go to the kingdom. They had some real restrooms without going to the kingdom. I do think they needed more water refill stations closer to the reverb and decibel stage. There was really nothing down there, and it was a long walk back up to the main stage area.
Concessions was short lines for everything except for Island Noodle. The vendor was not for the merch, the band t-shirts, the Louder Than Life t-shirts. There's pretty significant lines on day one for that. Enough to where they opened up a secondary place where you could go in and get air conditioning and some shade, and they put vendor in there to sell loudmouth, Louder Than Life merch only. Louder Than Life merch only in there.
Yeah, but it was nice to have that air-conditioned area opened up. Yeah, sit down. That was great. That was great. That was good. I think they needed more picnic tables, too, around. They didn't have much, so we ended up going back into that area to eat a couple of the days just so we could sit down and not have to sit on the floor of one of the bourbon tents or Jack Daniel tents or just on the ground in general. So, yeah, I think they needed a little bit more picnic tables. I mean, it wasn't, once you got used to it, it wasn't terrible. It's just a lot of walking. It's just big, massive.
Yeah, it was a lot more walking than in years past. And we hustled from stage to stage in year past to see a certain band, see multiple bands during certain sets. We'd leave in the middle of one to go see another one. That was just really hard to do with the layout and the way it bottlenecked so much.
Yeah, that's true.
And then people were just everywhere. It was a sold-out day on Friday, which made it totally miserable to get him around from moving from stage to stage. The layout didn't help it with any, didn't help it at all. And the other days were crowded as well. But Friday was definitely the busier day. Thanks to, I'm guessing, Sleep Theory. Sleep Token. Yeah. It's two different bands. Sleep Token.
Yeah.
And all their fans. And the ICP bunch being there as well.
That was Avenge Day too, but I think it was Sleep Token for sure.
Yeah. But those three intersect. They all bring a kind of a different blend of fans. Some of them bleed together, but a lot of them are segregated, and they all come together for this, which made it a sellout on that day, making it what was the largest day in Louder Than Life, the largest day in American festival history. I think that's what they were saying.
I think that's what they were saying.
So, yeah. Highlight on Thursday was for you?
Thursday, I enjoyed Atreyu on Thursday. So you talking about bands we saw?
Yep. Atreyu got videos of that on day one video, and we got crowd surfing. So if you crowd surfed at Atreyu, we got some videos of that on day one. If you want to check yourself out and see if you're there.
Yeah, that's what my favorite part of Thursday, I guess. Just that, and just going around and looking at everything. They had they had a bunch of those misting fans too that sprayed the water out. Those were out in pretty different places everywhere. So I enjoyed that because it was super hot. Super hot. So they had, let's see, Friday, like you said, was the sold out day. I enjoyed Avenged a whole lot. They just did not sing Unholy Confessions, and that seemed to be a lot of the bands didn't sing their hit that I like for whatever reason. Atreyu didn't do Falling Down and Our Time Is Now.
Tony didn't get to hear the songs that she wanted to hear.
I know, but they always play these songs.
At a festival.
They always play them.
On short sets.
They always play them.
Who would guess?
Avenged always plays Unholy Confessions. Devil Driver didn't do Sail. Sebastian Bach didn't do Youth Gone Wild. Motionless in White didn't do Voices or New Numb. But Hollywood Undead did the Weenie song.
Charlie, sing. I don't think it's called the Weenie song.
It's not. I think it's called Everywhere I Go. Yeah, I'm not going to sing the rest, but you know the song. You know it.
That's a good live band. We have started to love their live sets. We've seen them open up for several bands before. Was not quite a fan, and would they go, "What is this? What is this?" And now we like, we got to go over and see them.
They're entertaining for sure.
Yeah, so we put them on the list of must-see bands at festivals. And that's what we did. We went over and checked them out. I want to say thank you to the people who recognized us from our channel. We got a bunch of yous to do the horns up. Saw a couple other people that we didn't get in the video. One because I didn't have my phone, and the other was because of the crowd surfing going on during 3 Days Grace. Kid come right up and went, "Hey, I know you." That's pretty cool. And I couldn't get my phone out. And then the time I did get it out, he done moved on. So if you're watching, shout out to you, my friend. And horns up. Horns up to everybody that recognizes. Horns up to everybody who watches the channel. Thank y'all. Thank you so much.
We appreciated definitely y'all coming up to us. We did gain 32 new subscribers. Woohoo!
We're still 140 away from our raffle. And we picked up a new raffle item. We picked up a Louder Than Life t-shirt. It's got the Louisville Cardinal type, but it's like a skeleton Louisville Cardinal. And it's got the bands on the back. It's a baseball style jersey. We'll show it in videos coming up. We got a haul video coming up for too long because we're picking up some Halloween stuff. If you would be interested in the raffle, you can see the whole thing that we've got for the raffle because we got a raffle video out. We've also tagged the raffle video in a lot of the other videos at the end of them. So you can watch all the way to the end and see what you can win. All we need is 104 subscribers and then we're going to do a raffle. Put everybody's name in a hat. Pull them out. So who wins the whole prize package?
Don't forget, if you have subscribed and you have your settings as private, you'll need to let me know you have subscribed so I can make sure your name is entered into the raffle. Otherwise, you will not get a chance because I won't know that you've done it. I won't know who you are. Saturday was probably, I loved funeral portrait. I'm sorry, I've got the festival flu. I'm just still trying to breathe.
I ain't sick a bit, and I've been around her the whole time, so I don't know what she's talking about.
Anyways, Saturday was funeral portrait. They were really good that day. Sunday, I enjoyed Rev Theory because it was a reunion for them. We haven't seen them probably over 10 years, so it was so good seeing them. We were afraid they were going to get canceled because a few of the bands did get cut Sunday morning because it rained for a little bit and lightning in the area, so they delayed. I think they did open and then they had to shut it down.
They did open. There was people posted up at the front
inside
stage.
Yeah. They had to evacuate them to Freedom Hall, or they had to leave to go back to their car or hotel. So a few bands got canceled, like 12 Stones, Chained Saints,
and Wing Malmsteen,
Ingve, and Gates to Hell. Sleep Theory was canceled, but they moved them to a stage, the Loudmouth stage, at like 9:30.
And you could tell that they weren't prepared to have a band on that stage at that time because they were very dark seeing them on the stage. They needed kind of a spotlight more.
But at least they got to play their set.
They did, and they got to play in front of a large crowd. Not being a huge Sleep Theory fan, but I dare say that might be the largest crowd they played in front of. It was a big crowd.
Yeah, it was huge. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus ended up canceling the show in general, but I don't know why they did.
Oh, we watched the Insane Clown Posse for the first time. Man, that's pallets and pallets of soda they go through.
Lots and lots.
Fago.
I mean, they at one time was pouring buckets of it out.
And they come out in clowns. And if you'd like to see that, we've got all that footage in Day 2's video. Yeah. Short clips of the Insane Clown Posse. Getting it on.
All the juggalos.
Yep. That's Day 2's video. Louder Than Life. Check it out. If you're watching this and haven't watched the other videos. Headliner that night was Avenged. Headliner on Saturday night was Deftones. Bad Omens played. wife don't like bad omens, so Kenny didn't get to go see them.
He is such a lie. Don't let him tell you this nonsense. I told him to go on over there, and then I was going to go watch Trivium. And then if I wanted to, I was just going to go walk back to the room and wait on them. He said no, he wanted to come and go with me. I did not stop him from going to Bad Omens.
I hung out with my wife. I protected her from all the crazies.
And I appreciated that.
There wasn't a lot of crazies. A few crazies.
Crazies.
Our friend run into one crazy. About got in a fight. And then there was a lady that passed out, fell down, had some sort of episode at the 3 Days Grace riot, a pit, when I was in, and I helped her up. And if she's watching, I want to know how you're doing. If you just heat or some other ailment. And her boyfriend was upset because I was holding her up. He was in the pit and didn't know what was going on. And when he came back out, there I was.
I'll say he just didn't know what you were. He thought you was hitting on his woman.
Yeah. And we picked her up and crowd surfed her out. So if she watches the video, if you know anything about that lady, because she's told me she was not okay. She was not okay when I asked her, are you all right? Nope.
There was a few people that went out probably because of the heat and dehydration, alcohol, everything mixed in together. They could have had some health issues as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, there was. We seen a few people. So.
Yeah. 3 Days Grace, they put on a great show too. Enjoyed their set. Enjoyed Adam being back in the band. Loved that. This is our second time seeing Adam back in the band. Just killing it. Just killing it, I tell you. Crowd surfers. If you want to see a bunch of crowd surfers coming over our head, not too much of a band, that's in day 4's video. It looks chaotic, and that's because it was chaotic. It's hard to film a lot of stuff when they just keep on coming. But it's probably our best. It was probably we enjoyed that set the most out of all of them.
Yeah.
I dare say.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Good times had by all.
Yeah, it got a little crazy, but we managed. We came out with our phones, my sunglasses, my hat. We didn't lose anything.
And come out with the sunglasses intact.
And I didn't even have any bruises. From Sonic, I had bruises all over me. From what? I don't know, but I think it was corn, but...
Yeah, I've got a shoulder issue from picking people up, but that's just because I'm old and wore out. It'll be better in a couple weeks. Not 100%, but it never will be again unless I have it operated on. Okay, and what else did we enjoy?
That's everything I had wrote down to talk about.
Like I said, got in one pit. We were in a wall of death for Devil Driver.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, we were too close for when it started. We had no, we didn't plan on being in the wall of death, but the wall of death backed up to us. And when they said go, we all went.
And then Darren was on his phone and it went flying up in the air. And it fell on the ground right at my feet almost. And I went and grabbed it real quick before I got pulled in. And Kenny ended up way on the other side somehow. We had to go find him after it was over.
Well, that's because you go through the wall of death. You don't stay.
He went on the other... Well, me and Darren was over here.
You don't just stay there. You got to go through. That's her first wall of death.
No.
You was in another one before?
I wasn't in that one. I was just on the edge.
Oh, I was in it. I was in it. I was in it to win it. Wall of death. And there was 2 old dudes in that pit that were knocking people around. Man. But none of that let's run in circles stuff. These guys were getting it on. I'm telling you. Two old dudes just getting it. Brutal that pit was, in a good way, not a violent way. We also got to see some metalcore dancing. We got to see one lady do 3 or 4 cartwheels at a metalcore. What band was that?
We've seen it twice. The first band was at Imperial Tide.
Imperial Tide, that's who it was. She was a red-headed lady. If you're watching this video, give us a shout out, because, man, big ups to you. You was getting it the whole time with your metalcore dancing. I mean, you did them cartwheels and flips. Great stuff. Very entertaining for us non-metalcore dancing folk. But it was entertaining. I just tell you that now. Chef's kiss.
That reminds me.
We had every day Tony had the same meal for lunch. Yeah. Creamy mac and cheese.
And cornbread.
From the mac and cheese.
Chicken Mac. It's called Chicken Mac. They're based out of Cincinnati. And they're at all my festivals I go to. And this is the first year that I was able to get them all 4 days. I tried at Sonic. And they
wouldn't open all 4 days.
Yeah. It might have been last Sonic. This past Sonic, I think they were. But anyways, yeah. What I was going to say was that bourbon stage was fine for some bands, but it was not good enough for Dead. They definitely needed to be on a bigger stage.
Yeah, it was they were too big for that stage, I want to say.
That was usually not one of the included stages for bands. They would put somebody on there just as a one-off, or just
cover bands being there,
something like that. It was not really included on the schedule.
But this time it was full on schedule. There was lots of bands that played there. Cami Kehoe, The Haunting played there. To name a few.
There was a bunch, yeah. We just only saw a few in there. Uncured was in there.
Yeah, and we got them on the video if you want to check that video out too. What day was that?
Uncured.
Day 1, I think.
No, that was not day 1.
Love when I put her on the spot. She watched them.
I did.
She watched them.
You went down and saw Hot Milk.
Yeah, Hot Milk. Oh, that chick was great. Loved hearing her onstage presence was top notch. She was Pat Benatar. Joan Jett rode into one. She wasn't taking no guff from anybody. And she was telling you how it is. Hot Milk. Check them out. See them live. Listen to their music. I loved that set. They were great.
Must have been Friday.
Might have been Friday. Sounded really good too. So, Hot Milk. Check them out.
It was Friday. That was the same day as Glory Hammer.
Glory Hammer.
And Elstorm.
Elstorm. Enjoyed Elstorm. Would probably watch them again. They were a good time party band, if you will. Had a lot of pirate chanting songs. Saturday, I dressed as what I'm calling Jester Art. I made it Jester pants, and I had a Jester hat. And I had my yellow sunflower glasses on. Wore that the whole time, except for when I ate. And until it got too dark.
Yeah.
Took it off then. When the sun went down. That was sleep theory when it went down. So yeah, if you got pictures with Jester Art, leave a comment. It's such a good time. Thinking about doing more kind of one-off arts, specialty arts, if you will, for next year's festival lineup. Enjoyed it a lot. Got some things brewing right here for festival art. Heavy metal art, if you will. Probably going to bring back Jester Art. Might be 2 days of art, 3 days of art. Who knows? Might do Christmas art.
That's going to be hot unless it's cooler weather.
It's never cooler.
It is. We had to cool Sonic, believe it or not, this year.
And when I was dressed as Jester Art, they kept wanting me to crowd surf, and I told them, 200 pounds don't fly. My wife informed them a guy with a bad back who had surgery last year should not crowd surf.
Yeah, he kept saying, oh, you're fine. We can lift you up. You're good. And that's when I had to tell him, no, he just had back surgery last year. He don't need to be falling on the ground or something. No, it's not a good idea. He said, oh, okay, yes. You're probably right.
Tony caught a lady. Tony caught a lady's head from hitting the ground about this far. And then asked her if she wanted to surf some more. And that lady told her,
yeah.
She said no. She said no. She was in shock, disarray that she almost fell. She was done for the crowd surfing.
Yeah.
But Tony.
He can't get my name right.
Tony.
Sony or Loaning.
Last time I was calling you Sony. So Tony saved this lady from getting some stitches on that asphalt. Because that's where it was. It was asphalt. It wasn't the grass.
Yeah.
The grass was nice. It was nice and soft.
It's crazy.
She caught a couple other people crowd surfing. She was well involved with this crowd surfing this time. She was invested.
What do you mean this time?
She was a lot more invested this time than any other time.
Anytime we're in there with crowd surfers, I am.
I didn't say you wouldn't. I'm just saying there was a lot more of them this time.
Okay.
And she normally gets out when there's that many.
It just depends on the situation. If I'm really squished in tight, I will get out. I was real close to getting out on this one because they was coming from this direction, and this direction. We had 3 almost at one time, and I was afraid of getting my neck broke. I didn't want that to happen.
It was hard to find people. If you're looking for friends in there, it was hard to find them because it was a bigger layout. It was a bigger crowd.
And the signal, still no signal.
Yeah, there needs to be more cell phone service there. Yeah. AT&T needs to step up. Verizon needs to step up. Prepaid phone. Somebody needs to bring in more cell service. Possibly even a company that would come in and charge you a little more extra for Wi-Fi. And you can hook up to their network.
Yeah, because it works for a little while when you first get in. But later in the day, it gets worse and worse. And if you're trying to find your group, that's why you need to have a good place to meet. Before you end up getting away from each other, say at the end of this set, let's go meet at the lockers or something like that. You'll never find them if you don't.
And we both went live. She went live on Facebook. I went live on YouTube a couple times. And then towards the late end of the day, you couldn't do that anymore. Yep. And it just becomes such a hassle that after the first couple of days, we quit doing it altogether. It's not that we didn't want to do it. We wanted to do it more. We wanted to share our adventures more.
Wish we could have live.
Yeah. Got walking around in a couple videos. Got it on a little high speed so you don't have to see the whole slow pace walk. I've got a new video coming out of all the crowd surfers we captured from all 4 days. And I put some music behind it. And I really haven't titled any of the bands that we watched. I cut it down from about an hour to 30 minutes when I high speed it. So you can watch it all the way through. Fast forward to see if you see yourself. Or if you want to go through individuals and see yourself in each individual day. There's 1, 2, or 3, and 4 videos up right now, which will have all the crowd surfers that we've seen. We edited it out to keep from being copyrighted so much, so it's like 20-second burst of songs and then picks back up sometimes, and sometimes it's just 20 seconds of a song. We do get some mosh pits. We got some metalcore dancing on there. We got a little bit of the festival activities, not full sets of anything, not full songs of anything. Because if you want to see any of that, you can go to somebody else's channel and see it. We try to give you the experience of being in our spot and coming to a festival for your first time. So we're trying to give you the ins and outs.
Yeah.
The lay of the land, if you will. Like I said, we walked out without getting in any fights. It was touch and go for a little while on 2 different occasions. We got to hang out with our friends Amy, Shane, and Darren for the majority of the time. We run into other friends that we know from there. Other friends we know from here. We got to watch a wedding go on.
Yeah.
It's in day 4. Reverend Rock did one in front of the Louder in Life, and we captured that and handed on them a card. I hope they have watched their wedding ceremony on day 4's video. If you want to see the Reverend of Rock, Tony, doing his business, we've got it on day 4's video. So check it out. Did it in front of the Louder in Life sign.
Yeah.
And congratulations, Tony. You're almost 90,000 subscribers on your Facebook Louder in Life page. That's a big accomplishment right there. I look at a lot of the other ones, Sonic, Rockville, Aftershock. I think 90,000 is tops on a lot of those. I don't think anybody else has got that other than the actual official pages. They may have more. So we got some haunted houses coming up. Got a couple of concerts coming up shortly. We'll do some Halloween stuff, more trick or treat. She's got a trip to Hawaii coming up. The videos of that will be coming out.
It'll be in November, first week in November.
Me and Jocelyn will be putting out videos while she's gone, doing some stuff.
We got Papa Roach coming up this Friday. Amy and Shane are coming down to go see Papa Roach and Rise Against with us. And then Saturday we'll be going to Lake Hickory Haunts. That would be taking them with us to that.
And got a horror convention on Saturday as well. So it's a jam-packed weekend.
That's right.
Got at least 3 videos coming out. Got a Code Orange videos up. If you're into that, look at that stuff. Got a play coming up. Rocky Horror coming up. We're going to do some clips of Hit. So we got some stuff coming up the rest of the month of October. Well, not even October yet. 3 days away still. We got some videos coming up. And then after that, we'll be getting into the Christmas spirit. So we'll have some content from that coming up. What else? What else you got?
That's it. That's about all I got.
140 away. Like to get there before the year's out. It seems like a pipe dream of mine right now. Help us out. Who knows? We might get there.
We will eventually. It's just taking some time. I'm sure by the end of this year we'll have it.
Like to give this stuff away, get it out of our house. Starting to be a large bag.
It's getting in the way. We keep tripping over it over there.
Yep. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for everybody who come up to us once again. Until next time.
Horns up.